That puck is Woolahan now, and Midland High still attempting to clear it out, and they finally do get it to neutral ice, forcing the Chargers to touch up before charging back in. Dow High continuing to put a lot of pressure on the Midland High Chemics here in the first period, scoreless with 13:15 on the clock. Battling in neutral ice in front of us, and it'll be Regner coming away with it. Now the Dow High Chargers will go for a line change. They leave Van Sumeren on the ice to give a little bit of pressure, but this will give the Chemics a chance to try to clear it out. And Midland trying to take advantage of the line change as Ben Haney tries to work it down the ice. Back into neutral territory, Chemics will clear it out. Driving in nicely was Brady Penwar. He's a junior for the Midland High Chemics. Lost the puck, but the Chemics trying to keep possession. Dow High looking to clear it out on the defensive side with senior Charlie Johnson. He's one of the key defensive players for the Chargers. Dow High will drop it all the way down, and icing will be called, stopping the action with 12:35 to go here in the first period.
Yeah, Midland High has a lot of respect for Johnson and the defense he plays for the Chargers.
So the face-off will go down, and we'll see if the Midland High Chemics can put any pressure on Dow High goalie Colin Lemansky. Just a junior, but he's a two-year starter for the Dow High Chargers. Dow High winning the face-off. They have won the majority of the face-offs in the first 5 minutes of this contest.
And that's a statistic that probably gets underreported, how critical it is to win face-offs. You think back to the glory days of the Red Wings and how valuable Chris Draper was to that team.
Michael Kale has the puck taken away by Connor White, a battle of some of the young players. In fact, both of these teams have a lot of underclassmen on their team. Dow High Chargers, nice job working in Nolan Sanders. He's a veteran player, and he's going to force Taylor White to cover up the puck with 12 minutes to go here in the first period.
Well, I also think back to, you hear NHL players talk about that, the shot that was just taken. All else fails, throw it on net. You never know what's going to happen.
Sound advice no matter what level of hockey that you're playing. You can't win if you don't shoot the puck, and just throwing it in that direction sometimes can make a big difference. Chemics riding a 3-game winning streak into the contest here tonight, and the Chemics will clear it out into neutral zone, but the Chargers dropping it right back in. Midland High has played the game of just trying to get out of their zone for most of the time. Now they do, as the rider Zastro tried to work it across, and the Chemics do dump it in. Connor White, he's a sophomore, will work the puck over, but the Chargers are going to clear it out the other direction. Good defense by Tucker Pomeranke. A lot of brothers on both the Chemics and the Chargers, so a lot of...
the Chemics have 3 sets of brothers.
And the Dow High Chargers have got the Pomerankes on their team. It's Mason Reed, the senior, working the puck across the blue line for the Dow High Chargers. Try to dump it in, but the Chemics will clear it out down to the other zone. Icing will be called with just over 11 minutes to go in the opening period of high school hockey. The Midland High Chemics and the Dow High Chargers here on MCTV. If you take a look at the Midland High Chemic bench, this game, of course, being produced with a series of staff and volunteers, all contributing their time on a Friday night to bring you the action here tonight of the Chemics and the Chargers.
We're about a third of the way through the first period. So far, Dow is carrying the action into the Chemics' end. They're definitely out shooting them significantly, so we'll see what happens the rest of the period.
Of course, the crowd socially distanced, a limited capacity crowd on hand. Each player given 2 tickets for their family members to use, and that's the crowd. So we're glad that you're watching us here on MCTV, whether it be on standard cable television or on the internet. We had some technical problems a little bit earlier, but those seem to be solved as Colin Lemansky makes his second save of the night for the Chargers. A puck that was kind of just dribbling towards the net. Lemansky had no problem with it.
Those are the type of pucks that a goalie, they're tough to play because you just don't know how they're going to bounce.
Like a ground ball to the shortstop. Face-off goes to the right, and the Midland High Chemics will win the face-off with Ben Haney. He's been a big player for the Midland High Chemics.
We've got a penalty been called.
First penalty of the contest called in the corner, and I believe they may have called a boarding call. It looks like it's going to be Dow High's Riley Wagner. He is a sophomore defenseman that will head into the penalty box and could be a costly penalty. As we look over the shoulder of the Midland High Chemics, first power play opportunity, and I believe it may be a 5-minute penalty, and that's what it is going to be. Boarding is the call, and they called it a 5-minute major against Wagner. So a big penalty early that we'll see if the Chemics take advantage of.
I know there's some Dow High fans who don't agree with the call, but from what I observed, it was on the edge. I think it might be the right call.
So the Chemics have an opportunity here with a 5-minute major boarding penalty called against the Dow High Chargers, and a shot deflected, may have been deflected by another Chemic player. As the shot goes from the blue line, Midland High looking to keep it in. They won't be able to. Dow gets it headed into neutral ice as they battle in front of the penalty box area. And the Chargers will clear it out all the way down. With a 5-minute power play, Ron, one of the things that Midland High has to make sure they do is you don't have to score right away. You got lots of time to be patient and set up your power play.
And the Chargers just want to clear the zone. And if they can, they'll attack if they get the puck. Van Sumeren pressing him there.
The Chargers do have a lot of speed, especially on the outside. And the Dow High Chargers, down a man, do try to skate it in with Van Sumeren working on the puck. 4 minutes to go in the power play. 9.5 minutes to go in a scoreless first period here at the Midland Civic Arena. Dow High putting a little bit of pressure. Cam Patty putting pressure on the Midland High Chemics. Now the Chemics do skate it in to the Dow High zone, working down the near ice, but Dow does deflect it through. So the Chargers doing a nice job here in the first minute and 15 of the power play of continuously clearing it out of their own zone.
Yeah, the Chemics just can't maintain control and get it into the offensive zone.
The Chemics do skate it in now with Jed Brown trying to work the puck through. They will drop it over against the Dow High bench. Brady Penwar had it briefly, but the Chargers again clearing it right back into the other direction. Puck left alone for a second, but Midland High able to recover. Cam Gardner, he's a senior, across the blue line, dumping the puck in, gives it away to Brady Penwar. Penwar on the far side trying to hook around. Now he backhands it. Penwar being guarded nicely, and a great takeaway there by Ryan Stadelmeyer, the junior. A great job defensively taking the puck and clearing it back out under 3 minutes remaining in the power play.
Great penalty kill so far by the Chargers. They're really focused. Cutting off all the lanes on the Chemics.
Chemics behind the net trying to get something going as they drop it down over to Ethan Snoddy. Snoddy is a senior, loses track of the puck. He'll be taken away by Jack Woolahan. Woolahan will clear it over for the Chargers. Caden Kritz trying to skate it in. Kritz looking for somebody to drop it to, can't find anybody, and the puck will go to neutral ice, and we've got a whistle, and I believe we may have a penalty going against the Chemics. Tripping is going to be the call, and that is going to even the sides up with 2:21 left in the Dow High penalty. The Midland High Chemics' Cam Gardner committing a penalty there. If you take a look at the Chargers' backup goalie. So the tripping call will make it 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, and then Midland will have a 21-second advantage. So a great job by the Chargers of killing the penalty, and we're at even strength with 7:40 to go here in the first period.
Missed opportunity there for the Chemics, but again, great penalty kill by the Chargers.
Yeah, they did a great job defensively.
No shots on goal for the Chemics when they had the advantage there for the first 2.5 minutes of the
Ben
5.
Haney was working in the corner, but the Dow High Chargers are the ones that come away. Billy Van Sumeren does a nice job avoiding a defender, puts a shot on, but White able to make the save, sends the puck to his left, and now the Midland High Chemics will look to clear it into neutral ice. Working the Chemics as Cole McMillan. He's a junior, hasn't played hockey for a couple of years, but he's back on the ice this year doing a great job for Midland. Van Sumeren working the puck for the Dow High Chargers, trying to hook it around. Shot kind of rolls around, avoids the net. On the far side, they tried to lay it in, and finally the Chemics will clear it out. 1 minute left in the even strength 4-on-4. The battle goes against the board. Everybody looking for it, and Dow High's Cam Patty will come away with it, but we've got
Looks like a holding call.
Penalty is going to be called. Holding is the call, and that is going to give a man advantage. With 6:42 to go, Midland High will be back on the power play as Dow High's Charlie Johnson, the senior, called for the hold if they were battling on the ice on the far side. So with 6:42 to go, it is now 4-on-3 for the next 53 seconds, and then Midland will have a two-man advantage. So again, a golden chance for the Chemics, but Dow High right off the face-off doing a great job clearing the puck all the way down the ice.
So
Midland High, can they take advantage of the 4-on-3 on the Olympic ice? There's a lot of room to maneuver, and the Chemics trying to do that into the corner, trying to clear it out, but the Chargers again will clear it all the way down.
it's always interesting that over the course of a hockey game, no matter what level, you know, when you look at the actual time of 5-on-5 hockey versus the time where it's special teams playing.
Midland High skating in. Jed Brown, the defenseman, puts a shot in. Lemansky made the save, and the puck kind of dangled there for a minute. Now Alec Albrecht will take a shot. Saved by Lemansky. Rebound attempt. The puck is still loose, and the Chargers able to clear it out. A great shot by Albrecht, but Lemansky coming up with a great save. The penalty is over against Midland High. The Chemics have a two-man advantage, but the Chargers with a takeaway. Nolan Sanders tried to put it in, but White making the save. Midland High trying to clear it out. Chargers, a great job by Sanders, knocking it back into the Chemic zone. First penalty is over. The major penalty is gone. It is now 5-on-4. Chemic still with a power play for the next 40 seconds.
Compliments to both goalies there. Lemansky makes a great stop in his end, essentially a shot from the point, but he was screened. Then, of course, the breakaway in on Midland High's goalie, White, so two great saves by the goalies.
Well, we speculated this might be a goalie battle as Midland High will clear down. Ben Haney working the puck. His shot goes wide of the net. 15 seconds left in the power play. Chemics trying to put a couple of shots on. We've got a broken stick, and the Dow High Chargers will clear it out. Chargers doing a great job with the power kill. Penalty running down. A big check there by Caden Chris. We're even strength if Midland High puts a shot above the net. Ryder Zastro had the shot in. Now Van Sumeren will work the puck for the Dow High Chargers. Nice pass, a little bit too far ahead, looking for a Jack Woolahan. We're even strength with 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. No score between the Chemics and the Chargers.
Well, now the ice is kind of tilted a little bit in the Chemics' favor there for a couple of minutes. They started playing more in the Chargers' end.
Kept in play. Michael Kale working for the Dow High Chargers. Tried to go for an open shot. It was blocked by Zastro. Backhand attempt by Dow High doesn't make it anywhere near the net. Van Sumeren will come away with it. Clears it out to the top. Shot by shot by Connor Dunlap. Doesn't make it through.
All else fails, always get it back out to the points.
Great action right in front of our cameras as the Chemics do clear it down, and they will try to go into the corner, but the Chargers coming away again. Ryan Pomrenke will skate it across the blue line. Pomrenke thinking about going coast to coast. Now he pulls it out, and the pass will be intercepted by the Chemic defense. Even first period, both teams have had scoring opportunities. The Chargers had a tremendous power kill just a few moments ago.
Those are always dangerous passes back and forth between the defensemen.
Keeping
from circle to circle.
Oh, and there's one that kind of dribbled to the left of Taylor White, who found himself out of position briefly and almost paid the price for it. 3 minutes to go in the opening period. We expected this to be a defensive goalie battle. That was the speculation, and so far it has been just that.
It's fun how a hockey game starts a little slow and just keeps picking up intensity, and that's what we're seeing out here.
Working on the far side, Charlie Johnson's shot deflected by his own man. Kept in play, Nolan Sanders on the far side. Now working behind the net is Cam Patty for the Dow High Chargers. And we've got a whistle and a stop of play with 2:31 to go in the first period.
Well, that reminds me in our conversations with the coaches beforehand, talking to Coach Blasey. You know, it's essentially a month-long regular season, so it's a pretty intense season. They could play, what did they say? I think 15 games, but he said they're just doing 12 or 13. They have the option to play 2 games a day. Coach Blazy said, no, I'm keeping it to 1 game in a day. I want to keep them healthy, for the long run.
Yeah, most seasons you have about 25 games. This season, Midland High will play 15. Dow will play 12 or 13, according to Blazy, with the option to pick up a couple more games if he chooses to do so. Midland High skating across the blue line. Ben Haney will be blocked by a couple of Charger defensemen as they go into the corner. Kept in play nicely. A great job there by Tanner Squires, and he fires off a shot that almost made it through but did not, and now the Dow High Chargers do indeed clear it, and icing will be called.
On a play like that, credit to the goalie. A lot of bodies in front of him. He didn't have to make a play on it, but you've got to be so intense to try to see the puck through all the people.
Well, let's not forget, these two teams know each other. These players have grown up in the Midland Amateur Hockey League playing each other. They have played pickup hockey. They've been teammates. They've been opponents. So they're definitely familiar with each other heading into this game.
I don't know if they've been doing it, but it's been a great couple of months to play outdoor hockey. The weather stayed cold. The ice is good. There have been some great images across the state of people playing outside on hockey. I know in Lower Harbor and Marquette was almost like glass below the old ore dock. People were out there skating and playing hockey.
Chargers keeping it in play. I would imagine a lot of pond hockey being played, back when the Civic Arena was still closed for all those months. Players trying to get a little bit of ice time any way that they can. The coverage of this crosstown rivalry is being produced by MCTV volunteers and staff. If you would like to become an MCTV volunteer, you can go to a media creator workshop, learn how to be a producer, create a studio program, use professional video cameras, and edit your professional video on software. And you can also learn how your creation can be made into a podcast and put your video on YouTube. For more information, call that number, 837-3474, and become an MCTV volunteer.
All my years following hockey, when my boys played rec hockey, the last minute of a period is huge.
And we are coming up on the last minute of the first period. Scoreless so far. A great defensive battle from both teams, aided by the goalie, but also both of these teams have a couple of good defensemen in front of their respective goalies as well.
You can get a momentum boost going into the locker room, or you can sag if you give something up that last minute.
Chargers trying to put some last-minute pressure on, but they're just going to dump it in. Does Patty as the Chargers go to a line change. 35 seconds to go in the period as they work down into the corner. Puck is still loose. Everybody fighting for it. Looks like the Chargers will come away with it. Swinging around is Austin Soper, but Soper can't get his shot delivered. 20 seconds to go in the period. Cleared out to the front for Dow High. Charlie Johnson trying to dump it in. Johnson working the puck in the corner. Down to 10 seconds as the Chemics trying to clear it out. They do so. Midland High's got a chance for a break as they work down on the far side. Working over to Penwar. Penwar puts the shot in. Lemansky making the save, and the first period comes to an end, and we end the first period the same way that we started the first period, Ron. Scoreless at 0-0.
Well, when you break down the 17 minutes of the period, I mean, we talked about a third of the way into the period, the Chargers were carrying the action. Then we had a long stretch where it was special teams. Chemics had a 5-minute power play, didn't get a shot on goal until they had a penalty called on themselves about halfway through the penalty. Both teams survived the special teams play. And then I think the Chemics kind of led the play the last few minutes of the period. Not the Chargers didn't have any threats, so it was a good first period of hockey.
Well, both of these teams have had a lot of close games. Both of these teams have had battles where, a 2-1 or a 3-2, those are not uncommon scores this year for both of these teams, and we may be headed in that direction here tonight. And as you mentioned, Ron, each team had their moments, but a very even first period.
Yeah, and I think back to that one exchange where Dow's goalie made a great save on the one end, Chemics goalie made a great save on a breakaway on the other end. So that shows the value of those two goalies in those moments.
Absolutely. We're at the end of the first period. The Zamboni will come out, and we'll take a brief break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some highlights from the first period of action, and we will have the second period coming your way on the MCTV network. At the end of one, Kimmicks and Charger scoreless. You're watching high school hockey on MCTV.
With the MCTV network, you can share your story through television, online video, social media, and podcasts. Since 1984, MCTV has provided public access to television for the people and organizations of Midland. This hasn't changed. However, there are many other ways for you to reach your audience wherever they are and whenever they want. Call 837-3474 for details. Follow us on Facebook and search for MCTV Community Voices on YouTube or podcast platforms for more local stories. Join us to build a better community through media at MCTV.
Looking for a new hobby? How would you like to create your own television show? Call Midland Community Television at 837-3474 to sign up for our next orientation studio workshop. You will learn how to use a studio camera, learn how to edit on a computer, or even be the host of your very own TV show. Don't wait, sign up today. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to sign up. Midland Community Television, your community voice.
Midland Community Television has exciting news for Midland area nonprofits. Recently, MCTV has undergone changes both technologically and organizationally to help you share your story better and reach your audience wherever they are. Our new services include public service announcements, special event recordings, audio podcasts, YouTube video, live TV broadcasts streamed online, and more. Call 837-3474 for details. Follow us on Facebook and search for MCTV Community Voices on YouTube or podcast platforms for more local stories. Join us to build a better community through media at MCTV.
I had an interest in producing programs, and Midland Community Television was a perfect outlet for that, and has been for the last 30 years. A way for somebody to become involved with the production of television programs and saying what you want to say, showing what you want to show with very few limits on it, and then having that actually be produced and sent out to the community at large.
The MCTV network helps Midland residents share their story with the community. Our media producer workshops will help you get started. In one short session, you will learn how to create media that will educate, entertain, and enrich the community in which we live. Get registered for a workshop by calling 837-3474, follow us on Facebook for more information, and search for MCTV Community Voices on YouTube and your podcast platform for more local stories. Join us to build a better community through media at MCTV.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
Where there's an issue, where there's a challenge, where there's an opportunity, MCTV is a main component of bringing people together, to work together, to talk together, to dream together, to visualize together, and to implement things that are good for the quality of life in our community.
Looking for a new adventure? How about an opportunity to volunteer in the community? Then come down to MCTV, Midland Community Television. You can learn how to use a studio camera, run equipment in the control room, or be the host of your own TV show. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to find out how you can become a volunteer producer or access user.
With the MCTV network, you can share your story through television, online video, social media, and podcasts. Since 1984, MCTV has provided public access to television for the people and organizations of Midland. This hasn't changed. However, there are many other ways for you to reach your audience wherever they are and whenever they want. Call 837-3474 for details. Follow us on Facebook and search for MCTV Community Voices on YouTube or podcast platforms for more local stories. Join us to build a better community through media at MCTV.
Looking for a new adventure? How about an opportunity to volunteer in the community? Then come down to MCTV, Midland Community Television. You can learn how to use a studio camera, run equipment in the control room, or be the host of your own TV show. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to find out how you can become a volunteer producer or access user.
With the MCTV network, you can share your story through television, online video, social media, and podcasts. Since 1984, MCTV has provided public access to television for the people and organizations of Midland. This hasn't changed. However, there are many other ways for you to reach your audience wherever they are and whenever they want. Call 837-3474 for details. Follow us on Facebook and search for MCTV Community Voices on YouTube or podcast platforms for more local stories. Join us to build a better community through media at MCTV.
Looking for a new adventure? How about an opportunity to volunteer in the community? Then come down to MCTV, Midland Community Television. You can learn how to use a studio camera, run equipment in the control room, or be the host of your own TV show. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to find out how you can become a volunteer producer or access user.
With the MCTV network, you can share your story through television, online video, social media, and podcasts. Since 1984, MCTV has provided public access to television for the people and organizations of Midland. This hasn't changed. However, there are many other ways for you to reach your audience wherever they are and whenever they want. Call 837-3474 for details. Follow us on Facebook and search for MCTV Community Voices on YouTube or podcast platforms for more local stories. Join us to build a better community through media at MCTV.
And we are back at the Midland Civic Arena. I'm Jason Harper. That is Ron Beacom. High school hockey continuing on the MCTV network. We are glad that you are with us wherever you are, whether it's in the comfort of your own home or watching the game with a group of friends, whatever the case may be. We're glad that you are with us for the coverage of this game as we get ready for the second period of action. No score in the first period, Ron, but there was a lot of action.
Yeah, when you look back at the keys to the game that we presented after we talked to both coaches before the game, for Dow High, get off to a better start. They did. They dominated the first 6 minutes. Take away time and space. Again, those first minutes, I think it was more even the last 2/3 of the period. And defense first, definitely true the first 3 minutes. Shots kind of evened out the last part of the period. For Midland High, discipline over emotion. They only had one penalty, so they kept the rivalry energy in check. Take pucks to the net, started slow, but played more aggressive as the period went on. Said have fun. I think everybody's having fun here tonight.
Everybody's having fun. We're playing high school athletics in 2021 in the middle of a pandemic. Of course we are having fun. The Gimmicks and the Chargers renewing their rivalries. The only battle on the ice this year because of the abbreviated season. They only play each other once, and they are in different divisions when the regionals come around. Regionals will start on March 15th. The Midland High Gimmicks will be playing in Division 1. They will be playing in Bay City for their regionals. Dow High hosting regionals in Division 3. Second period underway. The Gimmicks and the Chargers. Midland High will be going right to left. Chargers going left to right, and the Chargers doing just that as the second period begins. And Van Sumeren trying to put pressure on, trying to look out for Jack Woolahan, but the Gimmick defense not allowing that to happen. Chargers will keep it in play. Shot taken by Mason Reed. Doesn't get anywhere near thanks to the defense for the Midland High, and now Midland will come the other direction. Ben Haney on the left-hand side trying to make something happen, but he's being kept at bay by the Dow High Chargers, and we go back into neutral ice. The Chargers have a 3-on-2 advantage as they skate in. Pomrenke trying to feed across the middle. Pomrenke will get the shot from the right-hand side, doesn't go, but Pomrenke still controlling the puck, will now set it up for the Chargers. From the left-hand side, Taylor White making the save for Midland High.
Well, I was going to make the same comment. We're just about done with the first minute of the period. But like what I said about the last minute of a period, the first minute of a period is critical as well. Sometimes you can catch a team just not ready to come out of the locker room and jump on them for a goal. We didn't see that happen here, although Dow had a couple of good shots.
Both goalies playing tremendous in the first period. Taylor White for Midland and Colin Lemansky for the Dow High Chargers. Both have had some great games in the first 4 games of the season. This is the 5th game for both of these teams. Midland High will clear it into neutral ice as they try to work down, try to find Cam Gardner.